alley right here?
Yep.
Get the license plate too. Got it? Hi there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm watching your ass, buddy. Okay.
Okay, beige house.
Beige house? Would that be it right there?
Brown trim, that's it.
Okay. I guess this is the car.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna pull right in like this.
Look, there's 2 trucks down there, two Ameritech trucks, man. 2 of them.
Okay. Are we rolling?
Yep, let's roll.
Does your radio always stay on like that?
No, you gotta turn the key, you gotta turn that. Good afternoon. Hey, how you doing?
Did you get the camera?
Yep, sure do.
Get the camera. Can you focus in on the paperwork?
A little bit.
Now let's. Okay. You should be able to get it clear. This is the paperwork from the misdemeanor case, which was ordered taken with the criminal case. Well, first maybe I should put on there that I'm Gary Kading. K-A-E-D-I-N-G. And I've been charged with intimidation, and the case number for that is 96 CF 2914. That case was ordered to be taken with this case. Then we're looking at the last time it was, well, let's start up here at the top. You can see that on this docket sheet it shows that my attorney was John Truitt. It was set for hearing on December 27th at 11 a.m. for status. Now that was when it came back to Winnebago County from Kane County. Now there's actually a docket entry missing here because there was no clerk of court when we were over in Kane County. And then it was sent back. Hogan in Kane County said that the next hearing would be in Winnebago County. When we were in Winnebago County, there was no clerk of court present. But then here is Hogan on January 10th, was in Winnebago County, and I raised the issues of the docket being messed up, and that he had this case, and he refused to take the case. Now, theoretically, he should have sent the case for reassignment to the chief judge, but he really did nothing. But the docket says the court finds that this case was not assigned. Therefore, case to be reset before Judge Janet Holmgren. Then it says DW per JAF. We think JF is John Fosha, or Fosha. But this was not done by a judge. It would have had to been done by the clerk's office. It shows that the next time it should go to Janet Holmgren. Then we see that on the 16th of January, it was set for status on 1/23/97. Now there's no notice or proof of service in the file. And if we go to that sheet where that status hearing was set, this is the only thing in the file. And we see that the date has been all crossed out and altered, as has the judge in the courtroom up above here.
Wow.
This was submitted by Paul Vella, who should have been my attorney in the case. However, Bill Martin and my mother, Helen Kading Fry, called Paul Vella several times, trying to get them to the hearing, to go to the hearing when the other case was being heard, the 2914 case, and he never appeared. And of course, this sheet shows that I'm still in custody. So does Paul Vella believe I'm still in custody, or was this actually made out when I was in custody and then crossed out and redone?
Good question.
Very good question.
Now there's a date of 1/8/97 with a GS under it. We don't know what that would mean.
Where's this at?
Right up here in the corner. 1-897 with a GS under it.
Ah.
Would the GS be anybody that you know of?
No, but I don't know. All the initials are the only thing that the clerks put on when they... And I'd like to point point out here in the docket sheet for the misdemeanor case, there being no clerk, it says TMC per bailiff. Now, since there was no clerk of court, apparently they got all this information from the bailiff. The bailiff has become the clerk of court and told somebody. The person who wrote it down, I don't think is on here, because usually TMC is not capitalized, so I don't think that's the initials of anybody.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yes, it is. It's Tina someone.
Is it? Well, you'd
Clerk
think,
down there.
you would think it would be. But anyway, she's saying per the bailiff. The bailiff,
Right.
the bailiff told her what to put down on the docket. Okay, now, what they have done in that case then is, based on what they say, let's go back here, we can't figure this all out because it's in initials, but it says motion something, state/attorney, bench warrant, bond forfeited to issue, $12,000, 10%. But then also in the file is this sheet, notice of forfeiture. Now I have money posted in the misdemeanor case. But down here at the bottom, Ronald Kochi, for his clerk, HG, has taken and declared my $10,000 forfeited.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
They show it entered on 1/23/97, declaring your bail in the amount of $10,000 forfeited.
Oh my God.
It's not the same case.
Well, they've got the case number right up here, but the bail bond is for the $10,000 wasn't in that case.
So this bond that they're saying you have forfeited is not for this case.
Correct. It's the $10,000 from the felony
Then how do they
charge.
have the right to do that? They don't.
They do anything they want in
Yeah.
Winnebago County. Now, I thought, well, possibly when I signed the bail bond to get out of jail, maybe they ordered me to a hearing. I thought, well, maybe I missed that hearing. Well, if you look at it, I don't know if you can pick this up real
Yeah.
good, but it
Yeah.
says, I'm supposed to appear in Kane County on January 17th, 1997 at 1:30. Now that appearance actually was supposed to have been last Friday. That's the one where it was so cold that they didn't, the judge was coming to Winnebago and he called my attorney and said he couldn't make it.
But your attorney is aware that that was postponed.
Yes, he has stated that to us.
Okay.
But there was nothing in Kane County. Bill has tried to get information. There's nothing ever been recorded in Kane County about my case, and he's tried to check that out. Is that right, Bill?
Right.
Wow, that is just dirty.
That's real dirty.
Not dirty.
Illegal.
criminal.
Same story. You're right. That's
It's
what
criminal is what it is.
Well,
I mean,
the thing that you have to realize is that this is nothing new for the people that have been through what's going on in the county. The only difference is that this time we have somebody looking at it. But when you even go to tell this story, nobody has time to understand the significance of their paper tricks
Right.
and their failure to do something. And it's very complicated to try to get anybody to sit down because it's all buried within the documentation of the judicial system.
Spring in Rockford. Yeah, that way we know exactly where we're at here.
Good enough?
Yeah, I think it's.
Go ahead, Bill.
Why don't you go on that way you can.
Yeah.
is.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Take this.
Did anyone else? What that was?
I'll lay out some of the stuff I've got to
Okay.
show you, and while I'm doing that, he'll record.
Okay.
And then when we're done, we start talking about what we're gonna do, we'll shut it off. That way you don't have to worry. We wanna make copies of this. Okay, this is the docket from yesterday. Now, they ordered this taken with the case back on this page. Taken with 2914 for status. So every time that the 2914 has been in court, this file has gone in, and this is actually a better docket than what's on the 2914, because there's been no court reporter like, in fact, the Kane County stuff is missing on this too. Okay, so then, here, you can see in this case, it says Truitt was my attorney. Truitt, and then Brown, and then you. Now, the court finds that this case was not assigned to him. I agree he said that. He never said, therefore, a case to be reset before Judge Janet Holmgren. It was never reset.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't. Lots of attorney Jeff Kline can help you.
Shut it off while he's on.
It's in the court appearance, so we have no clue what it is.
Okay, so then, let's see, that last page. Set for status 123. Doesn't say who did it. No clerk, no nothing. No proof of service that it was set. No notice, file. Okay, so then, bench warrant issues. Did we get a copy of the bench warrant? I think so. Failure to appear. They say bond forfeited. Here's the bond sheet. Declaring your bond forfeited, $10,000. Now, there is bond in this misdemeanor, but they took it off the felony case.
How much would be posted on that?
That was to go back with like 500.
Oh, okay.
No, we thought possibly the problem was that I signed the bail bond sheet. They had the bail bond sheet. They had the two cases together, and that when I didn't show up for this bail bond, that they did it on this bail bond sheet. But you see, now this is the one I told you. It was set for Kane County, January 17th. Now the 17th was the day that he called, right?
Right, didn't want to come down.
It was at like 20 below or something
Right,
that day.
Okay.
That's,
Well, I suggest on a basis because of the confusion, what I'm going to ask, I'm going to try to whip out a motion right now to reconsider, ask the judge to reconsider his decision not to join or consolidate with misdemeanors with felony. That way I think we can accomplish getting everything before one judge. What do you
well,
think?
I think he's going to say the Supreme Court has to appoint him. But I think the question is that when, the problem is that when he determined that the case he wouldn't take it. At that point, it was in his court. And of course, the problem is he doesn't know the local rules, because he's from another county. But the local rules say it goes back to the chief judge. He should have assigned it, but certainly the state's attorney or somebody should have said, we need to send this case to the chief judge for assignment then. The chief judge, I believe, still has to send the misdemeanor to the Supreme Court again for assignment. Because Janet Holmgren's she's named in the lawsuit. That hasn't changed. Well, according to the bail bond sheet, or the warrant sheet, I've got 30 days to prove that I didn't have notice. Now, I don't know what they're going to do today.
See, they normally wouldn't, except for because of your notoriety. My guess is they may take, well, I mean, you noted yourself, they grabbed you once going to court.
Right.
Think of the difficulty of tracking you down in that manner. They know you're going to be in court here, which I suspect they're going to have somebody waiting ready to serve this warrant. Normally, you know how bench warrants work. They don't actively go out and seek you. If they come upon you, then they'll make an arrest. But they don't actively seek you like an arrest warrant is done.
Right.
But again, because you're in a particular situation, in the status of this, I predict that something like that's going to happen. And you're right. Before
docket sheet for the misdemeanor. It was ordered taken with the felony. Now that order was never vacated. And while I agree with what Hogan did, the problem is he really didn't address the issue. And I don't know how you approach it.
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
feel like he specifically was being malicious by not taking it. I think he read the Supreme Court order that he was supposed to take 2914 and went on that basis.
Well, I mean, I wonder if we shouldn't petition the Supreme Court to appoint him.
I can't get into the Supreme Court. That's why I'm here, because they won't let me in the door. They might let you in the door, but they won't let me in.
See, that's what's gotta, because these things have to be done together. There's just no way with the fitness and I don't even know what the misdemeanor court has done on the issue of fitness. Well, I think they,
Well, the last docket entry says is that this by point, I can't read this, but it says, defendant's fitness, let's see, can you-
fails to appear.
Yeah, but keep going.
Public defender P. Present, state's attorney, whoever present report states
Determination of fitness.
defendant.
No?
DFT is defendant.
I
I know, stand trial at this time. States on motion for the same I'm not even worried, Gary, about the substance of getting Judge Nordquist to vacate that ridiculous order when this order of fitness. I'm not even worried about substance. I just don't want you to get grabbed now. I mean, you've already somewhat resigned yourself thinking, well, I may end up spending that weekend in jail, and you're right, because I don't know if I can get this into court today. Right. And I don't know if I can because I've not been technically appointed.
Right.
That's not to say that I couldn't, exercise. I mean, I could take a case pro se. That's not a problem. And you can hire multiple counsel. So even though you've got the PD, that doesn't mean I'm necessarily, prohibited from appearing. That may be the route to do it.
Okay. Would you like us just to leave you alone here now for a while so you can?
Oh.
Because the issue is what do you do today? I don't know. I
Right.
don't have any easy solution.
What I have to do is, if Judge Nordquist is on the bench, I'll just go up and say, Judge, I'd like this file brought over. I understand there's been a determination of fitness, and then I think we've got to somehow get the Supreme Court to appoint Hogan, because
Well, or another judge. Can't be Homer.
okay, yeah, right.
It.
Well, I think it needs to be Hogan, because the fitness, there's issues of fitness, and I don't think you should be doing separate cases, especially when one court said unfit and the other, well, the issue's not been resolved yet.
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay. And that's why I'd like them together, at least. I mean, temporarily, it's foolish to say that, because you're right, these cases have no similarity really to them.
It's intertwined as to why they're doing it. The
Well, you're right,
state's-
it's a conspiracy.
the public defender has withdrawn. He put in a motion.
But he didn't get,
He didn't get a
leave.
grant.
Right. So that, of course, is not mentioned on here either. That's like these documents, to establish the records and what have you.
And there's no court reporter.
Right, yeah, that's the deadline right there.
I feel like Hogan has to address some of this himself, doesn't he, today?
Be more specific.
The $100,000, the $10,000 bond is that case. He has no bond left, taking me into the 2914, requiring me to appear. It's been forfeited. It's the wrong case.
And that's this one, right? I mean, that's the misdemeanor. That's where they grabbed him, in that case.
But the court doesn't say the court did it, but Ronald Kochi did it right here. $100,000. He issued this and took the 10 grand.
Yeah, within in the context of the misdemeanor case, it was based on that failure that they tried to grab him. And I think I can work, I mean, I think that'll be resolved, don't you, when we go into the misdemeanor court and say, Judge Norquist, here we are. First vacate the bench warrant, then vacate the order of bond forfeiture. And it's amazing they got on top of it so fast, obviously, to get some people's attentions. And I think that can be worked out in that context.
Right, but I'm saying at this point, it makes an issue before Hogan for two reasons, because they've got the bond money from that case, and he didn't send it to the chief judge. And he did not send it, that's a question. He did not send it to Janet Holmgren, which this docket entry would suggest that he did. We have a transcript from the Hogan court. We don't have it purchased, but I mean, it's there. He had a court reporter. That document there is a fraud because he never made that statement. His name on that docket entry is wrong.
Oh, he was in that court, wasn't he?
But, yes. No, they have the number wrong there too. It's a 95. They just missed it.
So you're saying Hogan was not in this involved in this misdemeanor file on this
The
day?
last time we're in Hogan's court, he had this file in there.
Okay.
It was ordered taken with him. But when he was questioned, he declined, saying this case was not assigned to him.
Oh, it was that late in the game that the judge said, I'm not doing this.
The last time we were in court, right. I have raised the issue of this case almost every time I've been in court. And in fact, Bill Martin and my mother have called the public defender's office, I believe, every time we were going to court, because they won't talk to me. My attorney won't talk to me. So they've called for me and told him that this case was in court, and my public defender has never appeared. So then last time Hogan said no, he hadn't been assigned the misdemeanor case. I'm sure he's looking at the Supreme Court order. But at that point, the state's attorney should have spoke up and said, well, we need to send the case according to local rule, because Hogan doesn't know the local rule. We need to send it to the chief judge for reassignment then.
And that wasn't done.
No. And somebody put this, sending it to Janet Holmgren. That wasn't done. Who did that? No judge entered that order. Well, it says here DW for JF. I don't know what that means, but
I'd
John
say that-
Fosha, we'd say, would be
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense. And DW, you think that's is that the clerk?
It's where
There
the
wasn't-
clerk's initial should be.
There's no clerk in court that day. No clerk of court there. Yes, you got yourself into a mess.
I didn't do it though. They disappointed me. I'm innocent.
You're guilty till you're proven innocent.
Well, yeah, innocent.
John, I'm putting these in your pocket.
Okay.
Well, obviously, you have an ability that I don't have. You can go to the state's attorney.
Gary, I gotta get back to you.
Okay, thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
See you.
Good luck. You too, sir. John, I'll talk to you later tonight, okay?
Okay.
Anything major?
You think the state can
Okay.
clear all this up, even if they were disposed to, by telling the judge that...
Well, I think the state's attorney can do anything he wants. I think he does it all the time. Don't you? Well, don't answer that in court.
I'm fine. I will, I'd say that. That's my political views. And oh yes, I'll say my political views. But then what do we want the state to do, even if we can make some kind of persuasive argument, to reshift the bond back?
Well, you can tell him there's something wrong here. We gotta get this docket, and I raised the issue that the docket for the felony case is all messed up. I don't know, I really don't know the answer, but at some point, the court has to address getting the docket fixed, and let's face it, the people of this county want it straightened out. How is all this happening, and why won't the court stop and look at what's really going on? My personal opinion is that the real problem is our state's attorney. Read it in my my complaint. I believe that if you could get me to the grand jury that Paul Logley would spend the rest of his life in jail. That's what I believe. Paul Logley controls the grand jury. On the phone, one time he told me, he said, I'm the gatekeeper of the system. You're never going to get into court unless I want you there.
Told you that?
Yeah, I wanted to file criminal complaints that I was working on. Called him up and actually got to talk to him. However, the old case law would tend to suggest that if you know that a crime is committed, it's your duty to try to bring it to justice. And if you don't, it's misprision of felony. Okay, I mean, let's shut the tape off. Am I under arrest at this point? Am I under arrest?
Have a seat right there, because we don't need disturbance in front of the other people.
I understand. All I want you to tell me is that I'm under arrest.
You're under arrest, and have a seat.
I need your name.
Sergeant Noble. Are you his attorney?
Yes.
These are yours, actually.
What would you like to,
Yeah, I want it.
You would take that, give it to Bill. Can I ask what the charges are?
Take this picture.
Yeah.
Now, you're aware I have immunity on the way to court. I understand that you're acting unlawfully under Title 42.
We don't know what.
You do understand you're not going to do that.
I'm just trying to let him know. We're cool, and tell him what's going on, they're all passing by, they're probably
You guys trying to take him to court or?
Yes, that's good.
Oh, you are gonna, oh, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, I'll run up there and.
I didn't know if they wanted to, what I'm trying to do is get a call up to them. I think that there's some people. I just want to work together with them, and don't want to have any big scene in the court. Here, I'm gonna go up. I thought that since you were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, actually, we've seen it. We've already obtained the, by copy, but not the original.
You stay here and wait for this one, and we'll just continue to the third floor.
Why don't we just all walk up the court and that means a good thing to do?
314, was it 314?
I think 342, 317. is my first appearance, so I'm not sure. In front of Judge Holt. Holt, yeah, they got a special amount of
Why couldn't we all walk up to the courtroom together?
I'm talking to your attorney.
Well, he only acts on my behalf, so I
I'm
need to know.
talking to your attorney.
Oh,
That's it.
you're not talking to me, you only talk to my attorney.
That's right. Well, did you want to stay here?
Okay. Did you understand that I have immunity on my way to court?
I really don't care.
You really don't care?
Just sit down and be quiet.
You don't care that I have immunity on my way to court?
Did you want to let Judge know until we decide? I'll work with you. I'll talk to you.
Could you ask him if he understands that I have immunity to get to court? I would appreciate it. I don't have any trouble telling you. Just I'd like to be there if anything.
No, don't worry, nothing's gonna happen. I'm sure the judge will.
You may, do you know when I get to break? Well, there may be some other people out there right now. If you see them, you said if you want to see them down here. I really didn't want him to go anywhere.
You want to go with him or John?
But I really did not get the car. Right. You want to run up there.
See you later.
Here's your. So you ready to go? Okay, we'll give him the number.
No, I think we've got now. Okay. Go Sergeant Fitzner here. Go this way. Oh, no, you don't have to make a big deal out of this.
Take me. If I'm in your custody, take me.
You're in. You don't have to. Point
Take
one.
me. Take my arm. Right there. Let's go.
There it is. Oh,
I have the right. I have the right.
I have the right to say that I don't want it.
This is a public place.
That's, and I'm,
This is a public
yeah,
place.
oh, that's good.
I have the right in a public place.
I'm just, you
film
can
what I want.
film what you want, but you don't have to look at my
Mr.
face.
Sergeant Edmonds.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Somebody in the entourage knows.
I think so. We'll get there.
That's something you'll have to ask the attorneys about, sir. I don't know.
Okay, what is his hearing here today, do you know?
I'm unaware of what's going on.
Okay.
It's there.
That's the only case in there right now?
Yeah. Well, it's the only, these are family matters that had to be moved down to.
Oh, I see. Okay. But I didn't see Kading's name even on here. Do you know why it wouldn't be on there? Special session? Setting?
Well, those are this morning's cases.
Well, this says, I believe, Thursday, special setting. Yeah, this is for yesterday.